In this video, we are going to be working on this beautiful bag. And for the materials, we're going to be needing yarn of choice, crochet hook, leather perforator, bag handle of choice, your yarn needle, etc. And for the crochet part, I'm going to be doing a separate video on the bag. Please make sure you subscribe to my channel and like my videos to encourage me to do more. So after when I started the project, at first I made a mistake which I kind of corrected back. I'll be showing that in the next video. So as I say, do not despise your little beginnings. So and after crocheting the semicircle part, there is need to measure out the circumference, because that is what you're going to be needing for the measurement for cutting your leather. And after cutting your leather, you need to place your measuring tape and use a needle to poke at each centimeters. So then where you find your needle poke, then you can perforate each of it. So this is just to give it an even look. And so this is for the base of our bag. So you can see how neat this looks. And you just work a single crochet, and at each corner you do a V-stitch for it, for each corners. So you can place your zip and just place it. I've not sewn it here, but it's just joined together because I work the single crochet on it. So if your placement comes out to right, actually, then you can now proceed to sewing it together. And this is me sewing mine, so you can take your time to work on it. And this is how it's going to look after, you know, securing it with this is how it's going to look. So at this point we want to sew our leather to the crochet side, so you can just insert your needle to get ready to start working on it. So next we want to sew in our ends if we have any, so we can just keep it. So as you can see, we have the back base, we have the top, I don't know how to call it, just the covering for the middle part of the bag. So and yeah, you can just go ahead, but what you want to do is sew it outside, so that way it will make it stand very well, as you can see. So just go into each of the single crochet that you have on the back base and on your original crochet piece that you're working on for the bag. So and for the bag handle, I kind of measured and kind of, I wanted to see where I needed to poke to perforate for the middle, so I could add my bag handle first. But the mistake I made was I should have done this before even sewing it together, so it could be easy to perforate. So I think you're going to learn for this from this mistake, because you're going to see when I tried poking it didn't really work out. In fact, I had to make jest of myself, and you're going to be seeing very soon, because I really found it out. I found it hard to perforate it at this point, because I already added my zip, and the zip is quite bulky because that's some metal class. So this is me trying to poke at each centimeters. So this is what you're supposed to do for the beginning to the edges. So that is where you're going to work your single crochets. So as you can see, the zip is not in the middle, so you have a lot of chance to kind of decipher where you want your back handle to be, but it would make more sense if it's around the larger part of the bag. So then you can now poke, you can now perforate. I keep saying poke. You can perforate after poking it. So so it was actually at this point I realized that I should have poked it before, you know, trying to. So now see me trying to struggle with the whole thing. It was at this point I knew I fucked up. So, so I finally found a way to do it after this, and I ended up folding the letter. just to work on it. And yeah, it was quite easier this way, although hard. It was quite hard because I had to do two at a time, and I didn't want to miss out on the measurement. So, well, I I ended up the measurement was not as accurate as I poked it to, but at least it ended up coming out fine, and I've learned to my mistake. So, and I'm sure you're seeing this video, so you can learn your mistake as well. So after I finished poking it, I started to join. I started to join my handle to my leather, and here is another mistake that I made. The leather was, because this is not some kind of flat bag, like a square or something that has a flat head. So this is kind of like a semicircle. This was the pattern it was supposed to follow. But I was trying to make the yarn have a strong grip on the bag handle so it can stand when my client is um has probably dropped it on a table or something. So I didn't want the handle dropping and something. So it ended up giving me some kind of, vibe. It was giving me a vibe I didn't want. So that is very strong. It was obvious. So I later had to, take it out and do it again. So I just picked a little part of it. Then I worked like a slip stitch all through um the holes that I had perforated before. So it was just to cover it, and it came out actually nice. It came out actually nice. So this is just, me trying to, you can just use this as a guide on how you can work on it, how you can, you know, just work your yarn into the holes and over the back and do and back and forth, back and forth. You can go as much as 3 to 4 times. So it's just to hold it very tight. So, and this is how it's supposed to look like, the back of your bag. So I went back to working on the other side of the bag. Remember, I did one side, so I went back to working on the other side of the bag after putting the handle. Yeah, look at how the handle looks. So can you see that it's standing on its own? So this was actually what I wanted to achieve. So, and that was why I made the mistake first. I didn't know it would work with just some little um how will I be, is it sewing or something? I don't even know what to call it there. You understand what I'm trying to say, right? Like little joining. Yeah, so let's just continue. So I continued all the way to the end of the crochet bag piece. Yeah, this is how it looks like after sewing. After sewing the ends, so this is how it looks like. So I ended up trying to hide the remaining that yarn that I used. So and now yeah, I kind of use stitch markers to hold it at the other side. So before I started, and this is exactly how you should go into the single crochet that you have. You can just walk into, can you see? So that is why I had the measurement to be 1 centimeters, because when I measured the crochet parts of the bag, I measured the difference between like each of the stitches, and I realized it was 1 centimeter. So that is how I got the 1 centimeter I used in perforating the letter. So this way it makes it easy for me to go in and out. So you can probably have like one, two, three, as much as five different stitches, between the ones you made on your leather and the bag, but you can just find a way to maneuver it with crocheter. So um it all has to do with creativity. Yeah, so I think at this point I was singing.
Tutti più Imagine così. Ah, this is going to need support. It's going to need support. I think I was too harsh on this thing. Right? I think I was being too harsh on this thing. I'm seated in his glory. If you look me, you can still say I be a mother. I just didn't get boys. You just the boss in my brain. Everywhere everybody got baba, I'm lonely. Oh, baba, let me what? Let me share. If I got
So behind the scenes, this is the Adna and liner that I used. Sorry, lining that I used. This was hard work. I could figure it out because it was. I just God, let me just talk. So from the measurements, this is after I inserted the back Adna and lining, and look at how pretty it looks. God, just look at this. Just look at this. I know this is a kind of lazy tutorial, yeah, because it's kind of hard. Shout out to every YouTuber because it's kind of hard to like record everything that you're doing, because sometimes you won't just feel comfortable like sitting in one particular place at the time, like sitting in front of a camera. So yeah, I decided I was going to add stones to it just to give it a little, and this is how it looks after adding the stones. I don't know, which would you prefer, a look before stone or with the stone? Well, the other side is not stone, so she can, do it anyhow. This is the side. Look at how pretty it looks. Look at how pretty it looks. And look at, oh Jesus, this is giving me goosebumps. Yeah, this is the outdoor shoot without lights, just natural lightning. This is how it looks, and of course, I made use of popcorn stage. So please comment below if you want like a detailed tutorial on how I made the crochet piece, please. And it's another time for you to like my video and subscribe to my channel. Thank you.